Okay, we should be on the live feed now. Let me know if I'm live streaming. Hopefully someone tunes in here in short order. And thank you for tuning in. If you are tuning in, I can't exactly see quite yet, but hopefully I will see here in the near future. If people are tuning in. Here's what we got currently going on. We currently have a severe thunderstorm down in Springfield and some severe storms down here. Nothing near the St. Louis metro area yet. If you're not from St. Louis and you're watching, I'll also cover for you as well if needed. Alright, well, here's how we're going to start things off. Let's start. First of all, I'm going to try and get this on social media. We'll see what exactly happens here. Because unfortunately, it looks as if when I post this stuff on social media, it shows it as Tropical Storm Alberto, which I'm not doing. But you know what, whatever. Here we go. Thank you to the one person that is watching at this current moment. I'm glad to see that you're here. If you have any questions or anything, please let me know. But this is what we currently have going on. This is the current, a new severe thunderstorm warning just went into effect. Let me go over all of them that we have at this current time. First of all, we have one near Branson. That one has 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, a little bit of a hook-looking formation to it. So this could definitely produce a tornado down the line. The following locations are expected to get hit by this, and these are the following ETAs. You can see them on the corner of your screen, and you can also see them here. So currently we have Reed Spring. You're going to get hit here within the next 2 minutes. At 4:48, Merriam Woods, Rockaway Beach, you're also going to get hit. 4th, 5th, also going to get hit in Tanneysville. You guys are going to be hit by the center of this, the hail core at least. Getting into this severe storm warning, slightly larger, still 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Following Eminence, the only city to get hit by this part of the ETA. You can see Winoma, get to your safe place. Mountain View, if you're there, you also might want to get to your safe place. Van Buren, you're not quite in the severe storm, but you have this just outside of that warning that could go severe at any moment, so I'd say you might want to get to your safe place as well. Going over here, this is really starting to blow up, and this will all probably become here soon an organized line of storms, so I wouldn't be surprised if that does occur. But I would think that there will be some storms developing further north here relatively soon. We'll just have to see what exactly does occur there. Here we are. If you wouldn't mind sharing this with your friends so we can get more viewers, that would be something that would be good for me. But at this time, just at the moment, I'm trying to... I've gotten this out on social media, and I'm just going to continue to go over current conditions. So let's take a look at the past 5 hours or so. Let's take a look what's been going on lately. So here it is. It's loading in. Not always the best looking process ever. We had a line of storms over here. That was very dangerous and a situation that was bad. Now we're starting to get into this tornado watch here, and yeah, when that occurs, that's not really a good thing most of the time. But you know what? Stuff does happen here, and sometimes you just have to go with it. And here we go. So it does look as if things aren't getting better. But yeah, here we go. So you can see the tornado watch down on this bottom side of this. And that's basically just what I've built for now. So here we are, severe thunderstorms, and here we go. Microcasting Doppler super scanner, not really going to be turned on here for a little while. It basically sucks the life out of the rest of my internet, and this stream probably wouldn't do so too well. But yeah, later on in the stream, especially if we do get some storm development further north here, which isn't out of the question, that definitely might be something that needs to happen. So let's get into more details on why exactly this is occurring. Let's get into if this is going to get stronger, weaker, what's going to happen. So let's first of all take a look at what we have energy-wise. So energy has actually changed a little bit since my severe weather update. So we are getting over 2,500 joules per kilogram over here. That is a lot of energy, and that is within the severe storm. These storms likely to go severe soon, over 3,000 joules. Here you are getting 15, 16, 1,700 joules per kilogram. That's still quite a bit of energy, and you still have a good bit here. That's not severe energy in my opinion, that's marginal. And then over here you can see those well over 2,000 joule per kilogram energy levels. Getting into HEI, it's also important, also at a high level. So still enough to produce some tornadic activity. Wouldn't be surprised if we do get a tornado warning here soon. And if we take a look at the cap in the atmosphere, which is the part of the atmosphere that is detrimental for thunderstorm development, there's only a little bit of that right here, and that's really it. And it's going to probably start coming back here, but it's already really been broken, so there isn't much of a point in it at this time. Let's see, how likely are we to get maybe a supercell? Here we go. So supercells developing, and what about these becoming tornadoes? Also a good chance of that. But yeah, at this time it does look as if the severe favorability for these storms has gone down just a little bit. Still enough though to produce some damage and do some stuff that wouldn't necessarily be great. Let's turn on storm reports, see what we've got in this storm. Yeah, get in your safe place if you're within a severe thunderstorm warning from this storm, because this does have now confirmed hail. And it looks like hail of 1 inch is what we're looking at. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts also look to not be out of the question with this thing, although that only seems to be radar indicated. More details here we can see when it's valid and when it ends, stuff like that as well. But yeah, this is in general what we're getting right now. Not too much on the storm front of things, but I think that we'll definitely be getting more severe storms as the stream does go on. But at this time, yeah, it only looks like we have these 3-4 severe storm warnings. Checking on the line over here just for a second, they're getting it bad. This could be called a derecho, although I doubt it, but we've been getting all of this wind damage reports, so possibly, maybe, and I wouldn't be surprised if a new severe storm watch is done over here. We can see where they're thinking about issuing watches here. I'll turn that on. Go. It doesn't seem like there's too much. And then we also have over here some tornadic activity. This is also an issue, but that's not what this stream is about. This stream is about the stuff over here. We got this strong storm up here too. That's close to the St. Louis area. But yeah, as of right now, it looks as if on the southern side of this, that's going to be where you get most of your activity, on this southern side of things. So let me tell you a little bit more about this. The red is severe storms, the purple is the tornado watch, and purple little boxes, those are tornado warnings. So not any tornado warnings within this tornado watch, but that'll probably change here. You can always go to microcastingweather.com to see details on this watch. And you can go there to see my current severe weather outlook. I'll be having a new one that'll be coming out at around 6. The stream ends at 6:15, so I'll be spending a good bit of my time here, probably around the 5 o'clock mark, making that outlook. But I'll also be continuing to give you the latest on this severe storm situation. So as of right now, we have a tornado watch in effect that lasts until 8 in the St. Louis area up here. You guys aren't getting much right now, but that's going to change probably within the next hour or two. If I turn off current radar and current watches and warnings and stuff, we'll actually keep the watches because they're kind of nice to have. Let's take a look at what Futurecast says. So Futurecast at this current time, here's what it says. I'm using the HRRR weather model. If you know about weather models and want me to show you a different one, I most certainly can. But this is what it says is going on right now, so it's that's actually an hour early. Here's what it says is going on right about now. Not entirely inaccurate, but we have the storm over here, and we have the line here that's much larger than in the actual storm. But Yeah, that's definitely what's going on there. It has overblown up the storm. Since it's overblown that, we can assume it's going to continue to overblow it just a little bit. But still, it gives you a general idea that we're going to have a line that moves through. This is at around 10 p.m. here, and this is going to be midnight. You can see that right here. And there we go. So, thunderstorm stuff aside, here we go. Let's see. What's it saying wind-wise? Where are the severe storms going to be? So it says, as of now, not many severe storms. It says in 2 hours' time, that's when we get more severe storms, and that's what we're starting to get right now. Let's see where, if it says winds are going to get worse. It does say we are going to get a fair bit of wind here, and that's definitely what's going on. You can see it says wind gusts here up to 60 miles an hour. So it's basically predicting that we will get more severe weather out of this and that we're not at the peak of this yet. And I wouldn't expect us to be, especially at this time. I'd say around 5 or 6, it's going to be when things really start to get nasty again. Nastier than they are now. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see stuff just continue to get worse and go downhill over the next few hours. That's at least what's expected at this time. But yeah, thank you to the two of you that are watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know in the chat. I'll be more than glad to answer those. But yeah, at this time it looks as if severe weather-wise things aren't really changing too much. But yeah, there's still those 3 warnings in effect, and it looks as if we still got the 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds on all 3 of them. But this tornado watch does say that we could get more dangerous stuff, saying that an event with 2-inch hail is not entirely unlikely here, and that we just need to be watching out. So let's clear this up real quick. And let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center's outlook for today. So you can see there that yellow zone, that enhanced risk here. And this is where they're thinking about issuing a new watch. That's not important at the moment. But here you go. You have that enhanced risk down here. That's ENH. That's a 30% chance of severe thunderstorms. You have slight, or SLGT, as it'll probably say here. There it is. That's 15%, 5% in this green area, and less than 5 within here. So St. Louis itself looking to be, according to the Storm Prediction Center, in the less than 5. I still think a severe storm isn't out of the question, but they are pretty confident we're not going to get one up there. You can see here the highest chance of tornadoes here in that 5% area. That means that if you're within this area, there's a 5% chance, if you choose a point, that there is going to be a tornado within 25 miles of that point. So there's a 5% chance of that if you are within that. And then if we get into hail, same thing, just now up to a 30% chance. That is preferably if it loads up. I would assume it will. We'll just have to see. Let's go back to categorical. Looks as if maybe a technical difficulty or two. Let's clear cache. Let's see if that fixes it. Yeah, at the moment, not really helping to fix it. So let's just get back to radar data. There we go. Watches and warnings and stuff. Because yeah, I still think that gives you the general gist of what things are looking like at the moment. But yeah, we still have the 3 severe storms, stuff like that. Feel free to share this with your friends if you think that they would find this to be useful, as this is going to be an event that's going to last for quite a while and could be a very dangerous event here within the next few hours here. By 6 o'clock or so, I think it's going to be a dangerous situation to be in. If you have any questions or comments, like I said, please let me know. I'll be more than glad to answer them. Yeah, it's really where I'm at right now. Tornado watch here, and that's still in effect. It's going to remain in effect until 8 o'clock, and it has actually extended a little bit over here over the last hour or two, and it's probably going to remain that way. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a severe thunderstorm watch complex kind of thing right here, and this just connects to that tornado watch right here. We do have a bit of severe storms going into South Carolina. A little bit of a surprise. I wouldn't be surprised at this point if these do continue to grow. But it's a surprise that they did develop to this extent. Here we go, a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Still 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. This storm now has strengthened to 1.25-inch hail, or 1.25-inch hail. So this storm is getting stronger. It's getting much stronger, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to strengthen. So 1.25 inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. 1 inch hail, 60, 1 inch hail, 60 over here, and still 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds here. This is using the National Weather Service's official information, as well as using the radar technology within the software in order to estimate what exactly is going on here and just how severe these storms are. But yeah, like I said, a brand new severe thunderstorm warning firing right here, and it looks like West Plains really under the gun here with that 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Estimated time of arrival, they got about 26 minutes, and this is going to arrive at around 4:50 today. Here we go. Still have that tornado watch in effect, and that's going to probably remain in effect for a little while now. And we can see here farther north, this is the St. Louis area. We're beginning to see a shower develop here. I'm not sure really what direction that's headed in, so we can find out here right now. So yeah, those are headed in a northward direction and could be a part of this upcoming line. Could kind of spurt into two directions here as that does develop, become severe over here. We'll see maybe a new severe storm watch to be issued. But yeah, right now they're definitely thinking about issuing a watch in here. Not sure how likely that is though. Within that mesoscale discussion, I can find out right now. I'm going to go up here, look on the National Weather Service's website, and we'll see what they're saying. How likely is it that they'll issue a watch? Only a 20% chance at this time is what we're looking at. But yeah, most dangerous weather looks like it's going to be occurring down in this sector at this time within this enhanced risk. Slight and marginal risk also within that. Yeah, definitely some storms to behold. Definitely on a northward track, northward vector. And so if we take this on a general northward trend, it could head up here, cause issues there as well. If we do get storms developing behind it, we could get some in St. Louis, but odds are that's not going to occur at this time. What the? Here you go. Alright, sorry, that arrow was just really big, so I thought maybe it was a substantiated severe storm relative to the rest of them. Wasn't. Here we go. So we still got the one person watching. Thank you for watching. I'm glad to see that you're watching. We're back up to 2 people watching. Here we go. And let me just go over the latest on what's going on, just for everyone to see, because things have changed just a little bit now. So we do still have this storm. It has 1/4 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Branson going to get clipped by it, but it looks like the worst of it's going to go to Merriam Woods and Tenniesville at 4:51 and 5:11 accordingly. This storm tracker, if we enable it, this is at 1 minute. Not 1 minute, 1 inch hail, I apologize, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and you can see West Plains under the gun at around 4:53, and then this storm is going to be getting into eminence at around 4:53 as well. Mountain View right now just got hit by the storm, and it looks as if Van Buren, you should probably get in your safe place. Noba, get in your safe place. Summersville, I think you'll be okay. Southern Summersville, though, definitely going to want to get in your safe place. And Eminence, you'll probably also want to get in your safe place. So yeah, you guys will want to get in your safe places. West Plains, get in your safe place if you're down there, because there will be hail with that. And then finally over here, if you're in Branson, you'll probably want to be safe, especially if you're on the northern side. Get in your safe place, a basement, something like that. If you're in Tanneysville, also get in a safe place. And if you're over here, you're Paducah or Culver City, you'll also probably want to get in your safe place here soon. I think you're out of the woods here if you're on this northern side of the warning at this point, but I'm not 100% sure. There's definitely a reason that it has done that. But yeah, there we go. So this is the general situation, and I think that we're going to see this connect here into a line of storms, and it may connect here into a line of storms like this. Our first tornado warning hasn't quite gone out yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if especially this storm right here could be a tornado producer down the line, especially just in the location in general that it's formed. It does have those more favorable conditions for tornadic activity, so definitely wouldn't be surprised if down the line that does produce a tornado, EF0, maybe EF1. But yeah, this is where we're currently at right now. Thank you for watching, the two of you. Please share this with your friends if you can, if you think they'd find this useful. And yeah, still going over much similar information to what I've been going over in previous times. Here we go. Still the shower that I'm going to be monitoring here towards St. Louis, because that could fire and go severe. So that's something to definitely keep an eye on. Here I'm going to take a look just how much energy we have within it, so that way I know if it does have that severe potential, and most definitely it does have the potential to fire into a severe storm. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that goes severe here within the next half an hour, 45 minutes. Still though, the main threat down in this tornado watch could be extended if the storm especially fires severe. They may extend it further north. Yeah, at this time, not looking too likely. Here we go, we have severe potential over here. That definitely could turn into a severe storm watch. But yeah, definitely this tornado watch, the main attraction of the night. And especially with these storms that we got here. 1 1/4 inch hail and the rest of them do have 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds at this time. Still are going to grow stronger. We'll probably have stronger storms by around the 6 o'clock time frame. I'll be leaving here at around 6:15. For now, I'm gonna... Uh-oh. Here we go. I apologize. The stream apparently has frozen up and is buffering. Apparently, internet connection stuff isn't doing so great. So I do apologize if that is what you're seeing, because, yeah, it looks like that's what's going on here. Technical difficulties, they suck. Okay, the stream is back. I apologize. Yeah, it looks as if my internet's going in and out right now, unfortunately. So we'll just have to hope that it does remain in, and then that I can continue to do this stream. So let's just go over these storms just in case it goes off, so you have the latest information. 1 1/4 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds near Branson. Near West Plains have 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds here near Winona, and 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds here near the Paducah area. Still monitoring the shower up here, gaining strength here. It's fairly close to St. Louis, so we're going to monitor that, because that could fire into something severe. So here I'm going to enable the NexRad Pro Doppler radar here for just a second, so I can look into the storm just a little bit more. Here we are, live scan. Live scan I'm not going to activate though, because I don't think that we need it at the moment, especially with a storm like this at the moment. So here we go. Hopefully we will have that new radar data here within the next minute or so. Storm motion vector seems to have changed on this a little bit, and now here we go, new strength indicators, and those strength indicators indicate still 1 inch hail, and those 60-mile-an-hour winds over here, 1 inch hail, 1.5 inch hail now over here, and you can see now brand new St. Louis radar reflectivity for these. But now Springfield, 1 1/4 inch hail over here, 60-mile-an-hour winds, 1 1/4 inch hail over here, 60, and 1.5 inch hail over here. That is some bad stuff. So if we take a look at the stuff that this radar is indicating, it does show a little bit of rotation within this storm and a 3 inch hail possibility. And that is definitely not a good thing if there is that 3 inch hail within there. That is some nutso sized hail. That's just radar indicated though, not 100% by any means. And you can see here that 1 inch hail as well. So yeah, that's basically where we're at there. Let's take a look at the storm that I'm a little bit more concerned about. We actually have one up here. It's also fairly strong. It's not being shown on radar to its full respect. Here you go. This is the storm at the moment of this. Let's take a look at it in its full blown. Uh-oh. Let's go to level 3. That's what we gotta do in order to get what I am looking for. Base velocity. Let's see what we get in the velocities here. Velocities do not indicate anything too strong. Storm relative doesn't seem to be there. Let's see if we do have storm relative. There we go. Storm relative velocity. Does that show any rotation, supercellular rotation? No. In here it does, though. So we do have some rotation on the southern side of things. So that definitely could mean that a severe tornadic thunderstorm could be in the midst of formation here soon. Because, yeah, it definitely does look as if a mesocyclone is here within these storms. Here we are. Let's switch to this radar just for a little bit here and take a look at the velocities there. Yeah, there you go. Another rotation couplet and 2-inch hail. And here you go. You still have those rotation couplets. So definitely this is a concern. Rotation is definitely a concern for the area, and definitely something that we'll have to continue to watch. Storms up here strengthening. These are growing stronger. These down in the southern side of things are also growing stronger. So yes, unfortunately, it does look like that's occurring. Here we are, a new severe storm warning within the tornado watch. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's not exactly here near the St. Louis area quite yet, though. Probably a part of the reason why my viewership is a little bit lower. But that is okay. Here we go. Is a new mesoscale discussion just came out? That's what I just saw. New mesoscale discussion. Let me see what that's all about. There we go. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know. I'll be more than glad to answer those. Because, yeah, at this time is what we're looking at. So still rotation, 3-inch hail stuff. We're going to turn those off for now because they're not quite near enough to the St. Louis area that I think that we need to worry about them, nor do I think they're near enough for radar to be able to depict it quite accurately. Let's see if it does detect anything, though, on this little guy that's right here. Definitely doesn't look like it, so that's good news for people in the St. Louis area. Probably not a hail maker, at least at this time, although it could become a hail maker later. Feel free to share this with your friends if you can, if you think they'd find this information useful. And, yeah, I'll just continue to do this. Here we go. Brand new strength assessment on these storms. Here's what we're looking at. 1.5-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and now it looks like we do have the possibility of a tornado. So that is an issue that we'll probably want to watch out for. We'll probably want to take a good look at velocities here real quick from the Springfield radar just to verify that there is that chance that this could be a tornadic storm. So let's just take a look at that. This could be our first tornado warning of the evening. Like I said, I thought this storm might do it, but I'm not 100% sure that this will be the tornado warning spawner. But you know what? We don't quite know yet. Let's see if it does detect any mesocyclonic stuff, because I know that could also be an issue. So yeah, there you go, that tornado, now a possibility. So yeah, you definitely, just because of the sheer strength of this storm, want to get in your safe place. If you're in Merringham Woods, Fort Smith, Tanneysville, Branson, if you're in any of those areas, you really want to get to safety. Branson, you probably also should get to safety because this is headed in your general direction. You're going to barely get clipped, especially if you're on the northern side of Branson. You should really be getting to your safe place right now, because now they're saying a tornado could be within this storm. If that is the case, that is a dangerous situation to be in. So please heed the warning and get to your basement, your shelter, if you can. Still 1.25 or 1.25-inch hail here, and that is still headed for West Plains. Hasn't quite gotten hit yet, but you can see wind shear is very strong. 1.5-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds now contained within this storm. Still another issue. And then over here, still that 1-inch, 60-mile-an-hour wind thunderstorm. But yeah, you can see these storms are strengthening and are going to probably continue to strengthen. Wouldn't be surprised if within the next here 5-10 minutes or so we do get a tornado warning out of this particular guy right here. Yeah, that's in general what we are looking at this time. So there we go. Just taking a look. Here we go. New mesoscale discussion. 2 of them now within this. Wouldn't be surprised if a watch is issued here soon. There are just severe storms everywhere over there. Yeah, it's not the main focus of this stream. The main focus is that tornado watch. that we are really tracking right now. Still gonna keep on checking up on the storm over here near St. Louis. Still, that's getting stronger and stronger, so wouldn't be surprised if that does grow to be an issue. If you'd like, I can pull up a sky cam for us to take a look at. So we can just see if I can get to the Skycam network. This is going to be courtesy. This is courtesy of KMOV, channel 4 for this. Because here we go. This is what we're looking at right now. So let's take a look. This is from Memorial Hospital in East Shiloh, Illinois. So this is what we're looking at this time. And as you can see, this is KMOV's Skycam. So once again, a huge thanks to them for this. And here it is. This is what we're looking at right now. So there you go. You can see rain falling definitely within that. Definitely an issue there. But yeah, I'm going to keep the Skycam just right over here. So that way if we do need it, it's there for us to take a look at. St. Louis Airport looking good right now. But yeah, I'll definitely let you know if any cameras are looking particularly nasty. Downtown St. Louis looking like it has a few clouds in it. That is really it at this time, though. But yeah, that was courtesy of Channel 4. Here we go. New assessment of strength on these storms. Here you go. Now, Branson, I think you're out of the woods. If you're in Merriam Woods, you just got to get down right now. Fort Smith, Tanneysville, you guys got to get to your safe place right now. If you are there, just get down in your basement. Possible tornado, and that 1.5-inch hail definitely going to be the big threats with this. Now 1 3/4 inch hail with this, and 2.5-inch hail now looking like it could be contained within this storm. That is a exceptionally dangerous situation. That can do extreme amounts of damage. So if you're just down south here, you need to get here. If you're in Birch Tree, you are just getting hammered right now. You need to get to your safe place if you haven't already. Noah, you got like maybe 5-10 minutes of this Van Buren. You got to get to your safe place. You got this hail core up here. And I wouldn't be surprised if a tornado warning is issued here in short order. So let's just continue to take a look at the risk assessments here and the assessments of strength. Still, these haven't strengthened much. These two could fire as severe shortly here, as we are just continuing to see this line develop of storms getting over here to the St. Louis area. This storm is beginning to grow stronger, another one accordingly with it. So definitely something to look at. O'Fallon, Illinois, St. Louis, you guys are about to get some heavy rain. Oaksville, you probably just got some heavy rain. Glen Carbon, your northern side right now getting heavier rain, and you're going to get hit by this second storm that's right here. So just watch out, because this is going to be headed up north. Could fire severe by then. Highland needs to just be on the lookout, just be weather aware, just get ready just in case something does happen. Yeah, definitely it's on the southern side of things. Not exactly within the St. Louis area, but still just on the southern side of things that we are seeing those storms that could be of concern. Because, yeah, these are definitely concerning, especially with the rapidly growing hail sizes that they look to have at this moment. But yeah, here we go. So still at 1.5-inch hail. New risk assessments will probably be out here from the software here within the next few minutes, and we can go over those again. But yeah, still definitely just a complex of severe thunderstorms that's ever growing, and we'll probably have a couple more severe warnings either from down on the southern side, these on the leeway, or this storm up here near St. Louis. Definitely a concern for there, but yeah, it's just in general what we're looking at this time. So here we go, just storm development. That's what we're tracking right now. We aren't into the worst part of this by any stretch yet. We're getting to around 4:45 at this time, though. It's going to be around 5 o'clock within the next 15 minutes. And when it hits 5, I'd say the 5 to 6 o'clock time period is going to be when we get the worst of these storms. And then from then, I think we might get to see things start to die down. I'll be ending my stream at 6:15 today. So if you are interested, yeah, it's definitely when you'll want to tune in. Here we go. Here we go. New severe storm warning in effect. 2.5-inch hail, 70-mile-an-hour winds, and a possible tornado, all within this warning from this previous storm. So people in Branson, you're out of it. Merriam Woods, you're still getting slammed right now. You're getting hammered. You're probably getting it really bad right now. Forsyth, you need to probably get in your safe place here within the next. Well, basically right now, yeah, you need to be in your safe place. Tanneysville, you need to be in your safe place. But yeah, this new severe storm warning. Theodosia, you need to be in your safe place if you're there as well. Just definitely a concerning night at this time because of this tornado watch and just the sheer amount of hail that it looks like we're going to be getting with these storms. So yeah, this is a strengthening thunderstorm. It's a supercell, I think, at this time. I think it's a discrete supercell. This one I don't think is so discrete, but this could drop a tornado here, I think, at any moment. I think this guy would be one of the first to get tornado warned. This guy could as well. Yeah, it looks like a possible tornado with it, and this severe thunderstorm warning. Severe storm warnings over here, still the 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds at this time. No new severe weather alerts. Still up here near St. Louis. St. Louis about to get some heavier rain. Edwardsville, O'Fallon, Illinois, Carbon, Highland, Breeze, you're going to need to watch out. You're getting a little bit of shear from this. That's going to give you some nice clouds and maybe a little bit of a drizzle. And that's what we're looking at right now at this current moment. So yeah, severe storms are definitely going to be a dominant thing tonight. I do think that especially the large hail will be the highest threat tonight. Although a couple of tornadoes could drop tonight, I think that a tornado warning or two isn't out of the question. We'll just have to see what exactly does happen. But yeah, at this time, wouldn't be surprised. That's what. Oh, there we go. First tornado warning. This is out of here. This is a radar-indicated tornadic thunderstorm. Let me turn on the local storm report. See what we do have confirmed here. Confirmation. This storm over here is severe. Yeah, there we go. We have a brand new tornado warning. 2 3/4-inch hail within that, and it looks like a possible tornado. So here's what I need. I need you, if you're in Birch Tree, to get to your safe place. Winoma, you need to get in your safe place right now. If you know anyone in Winoma, you need to call them. You need to let them know they need to get to their safe place. There's a tornado that could be on the ground, although this is radar indicated, so like I said, this is not 100%, but definitely a possibility. This is valid until 5:15, and yeah, there you go. The first tornado warning of the night here, an exceptionally large hail, does look to also be a part of this. So there you go, your first tornado warning of the evening. This is radar indicated, like I said, not confirmed. This is not a confirmed tornado, but it is radar indicated. Wind damage does look to now be confirmed. This is a confirmed severe storm with 1.5-inch hail, at least 1.5-inch hail. So yeah, definitely, if you're in like Birch Tree, you need to get down, you need to get to cover. If you're in Eminence, I think you'll be fine. But yeah, especially if you're in somewhere like Birch Tree, you need to get to cover right here, right now, especially with the possible tornado that could be embedded within this supercell thunderstorm. This discrete supercell down here doesn't look to be a tornado producer, at least quite yet, although this does have the threat for tornadoes, and we could see that later. Here we have hail reports of 1.3-inch, so there you go, $half sized hail or so, 1.5 miles south of FN65. If you are down here near there, yeah, you need to get to cover because this is going to be bad. Let me go over what exactly you need to do. If you are under a tornado warning here right now and you are in your car, you need to get out of your car, get in a ditch, get ready. Do not park under an overpass. I repeat, do not park under an overpass. That is a really dumb idea. Just don't do that. It's not going to end well. But yeah, this tornado warning. Still radar indicated. If there is a tornado, I would expect it to be a small one. EF0 to EF1 at least at this time is what I would expect. But we will just have to see. But yeah, the call for a tornado warning to be effective has occurred. We do have a tornado warning now in effect. Again, that is a tornado warning in effect. So this tornado, we're going to be tracking the storm here as the night goes on. Still 2.5 to 2 3/4 inch hail confirmed, at least 1.5 inch within this storm, confirmed at least 1.3 inches in hail and with this storm, and there is a tornado possible with this storm as well, although it's going to be very small if that is the case. And then here you have 1 3/4 inch hail. This is headed towards in West Plains actually at the moment, and we'll probably be out of there here within the next half an hour. Over here still 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's all within this tornado watch. So again, we have a tornado warning that is in effect until 5:15. If you're in Winona, you need to get to cover. Birch Tree, get to cover. If you are in between there, if you are within that county, you also probably need to get to cover if you're on the southern side of things. If you're in northern Alton, you need to get to cover. If you're in the city limits of Birch Tree, Winona, like I said, you just need to get to cover. Speaking on other storms, here we go. These storms likely are going to fire severe fairly soon at this time. That's what we're looking at in these storms. Wouldn't be surprised if they fire severe. Brand new severe storm warning, speaking of, just went into effect with a possible tornado, 1.25 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Wouldn't be surprised if a new tornado warning is embedded within that. Getting up to the north near St. Louis, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at near Columbia, Illinois. This is going to head up towards St. Louis. St. Louis, you're going to get some heavier rain out of this, but you're not going to get anything severe, at least at this time. This could grow severe later, and we do, I think, have a new radar image that has just come in. So there you go. You have the brand new radar image. This has weakened a little bit, but still some heavy rain embedded within this cell. Up to the north, these are also weakening a little bit. But yeah, still to the south, we do have some bad stuff here. This brand new radar image is indicating that, yeah, here you are. If you're in Tanneysville, you need to, if you're in Tanneysville, get to cover. 2.5 inch hail possible. Here we are, 1.8 inch hail has now been reported. That's nearly 2 inches, folks. If you're in Tanneysville, you need to get to cover. If you are within this new severe storm warning as well, you just need to get to cover. You can see Forsyth right now also within the storm that you guys need to get to cover as well. So 1.75 inch hail, and you can see the brand new radar frame that has come out with this, and you can also see just all these storms that we're monitoring. Still 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds over here. But yeah, it looks like St. Louis actually not getting too much of the severe storm. For those that are new tuning in, let me tell you what exactly is going on here, just the general situation. This tornado watch that you see, this purple box, that's going to be effective until around 8 o'clock tonight. That means the conditions within this area until around 8 o'clock at least are favorable for tornadic activity. Severe storm warnings and tornado warnings in particular are expected tonight with these events, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do get more of this. Looks like the worst period of time is going to be from around now to 6 o'clock. That's going to be when you do get the worst of these storms, and I wouldn't be surprised if some travel farther north. I'll also be covering some severe weather outside of the St. Louis area, and at this time it does look as if these storms are going to continue to strengthen, and by the time we get to around 6 o'clock, I'll be ending the stream at 6:15. You'll be seeing a great amount of severe storms, and I would hope that things do start to die down, as I will have to go to 6:15 due to a scheduled event that will unfortunately cause me to have to go. But yeah, let's just re-go over these storms once more before I do go up north to St. Louis, just say what your general risks are. And at 6 o'clock I will be doing a live severe weather update that will also be posted as a video on my severe weather outlook. But here you are, up to 2.5 inch hail at least confirmed. We have 1.8 inch hail. This is from the public and emergency enforcements and managers that they're indicating at least 1.8 inch hail here. That's golf ball sized, and you can see 2.5 inch hail possible with it at peak, as well as 70-mile-per-hour winds, a possible tornado there as well. This guy has 1 3/4 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. West Plains, if you're there, you need to get to cover because this is going to be hitting you hard. If you are just outside of that severe storm warning in Kushkanong, you need to also get to cover. I hope I didn't just butcher that, but I probably did. And then getting into this storm. This storm is the most serious one at this time. Here you can see it's really gaining strength, 2.5 inch hail. maybe even 2 3/4 inch hail in some spots, and a possible tornado embedded within the cell. And it might become a multicellular storm soon, but right now it does seem to be discrete. Here we are, new strength assessment here for this storm, now 2.5 inch hail. So like I said, you just need to get to cover, you just need to get ready for this storm. Over here, still that 1 inch hail, 60 mph winds. If you're in Hopkinsville, Crofton, you're in the severe storm warning. If you're in Patacaw, you're in a severe storm warning. If you're in Keville, you're also in a severe storm warning. So just locations like that in general, that's what we're looking at when it comes to the severe storms over here. Headed up north to St. Louis, a few storms near the St. Louis area. This is the primary area for coverage, but yeah, you can see it's just south of there that we do that tornado watch is in effect. So still we could see some stronger development here, but that does look less and less likely. And it looks like this is going to all be developing to the south. If we go over here, we're just going to take a look at some national severe storm stuff real quick. I wouldn't be surprised if a severe storm watch is issued within this general area here soon. And also, this looks to be a area where I wouldn't be surprised if a watch cancellation does occur any minute now. Headed up into the northwest of things, the Pacific Northwest, here we do have a tornado warning in effect. Radar indicated, and we do also have to the farther north side of things multiple severe storm warnings with confirmed severity to them with hail, up to maybe 1/2 inch with it. But yeah, as you can see, there you go. These are the severe storm warnings that we're looking like up in the north. Let's get back to the main attraction of tonight, and here we go. Let's just make sure that our hail reports are of legitimacy. Here you go. Yeah, that golf ball sized hail. And there we go. We do have a hail report. Broadcast media saying that there is some hail, never specified the magnitude of that. There we go. But yeah, it's just in general what we're looking at this time. Thank you to everyone that's watching right now. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the chat. Be more than glad to answer them, because yeah, this is looking to be a dangerous situation. Yeah, here we go. So let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center's current outlook. You can see the orange being the highest risk at this time, and that is what we're worried about. And you can see that's where these storms are headed. That's where the tornadic activity is. If we take a look at the tornado probabilities, which hopefully will load up here any minute now. This will probably be within the 5% area here, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, there you go, the categorical. Yeah, but basically, yeah, there's a chance of tornadoes today. Especially on the southern side of things is basically what I was going to prove here with this outlook. Here we are. Let's get into detail with this tornado watch. You can go to microcastingweather.com to see details as well and the latest information on this storm. My live stream is only on YouTube. Microcastingweather.com does not have it, but you can definitely see some other information there. Alright, well, here we go. I am going to take a short break here, and I will be back within the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this, and I will be back. Alright, I am back. Welcome to back to the stream. Here we go. We do have some new information here, some new warning stuff, and we do have a new mesoscale discussion basically saying that within this area we have a increasing tornado threat over the next few hours. So that's basically all that says there. Not overly important for the time being. Will be important though a little bit later here. So here's what we're looking at. The cell that we were looking at before still has the possibility of a tornado. Storm reports up to 2.8 inches in diameter. Some hail, baseball-sized hail, is possible here. It looks like 2.5 inch, just over 2.5 inch actually. And it looks like this particular severe storm doesn't have any particular city except for the Theodosa that it could hit. Here we go, getting into West Plains, Bayer, these areas in general. We got a concern there, 2.5 inch hail, and then you can see here that tornado warning looks as if it's about to expire. The storm has weakened some now with 1 inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. I would be surprised if there is an actual tornado within that, as it doesn't seem like we're going to get confirmation of a tornado, nor does it seem like there was ever one in the first place, although there still could have been a small funnel drop. Not 100% sure, but yeah, still definitely an issue. Over here, still 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and now 1.25 inch, I apologize, hail, is what we're looking at. And here we go. More storms developing in the St. Louis area. Here we go. This one's re-strengthened just a little bit. Still, these storms are something to watch over the next few hours or so. Yeah, here we go. Flash flood warning in effect now as well. That expires at 8:15 p.m. just after the tornado watch expires. But yeah, this is just in general what we're looking at right now. Not too much in the way of severe thunderstorms. But yeah, here we go. These storms are only going to fire up more as the night does go on. So yeah, here we go. As time does go on, I'm not going to be overly surprised if we do see that severe weather that I am slightly concerned about. And uh-oh. Here we go. I am experiencing an issue at the moment. There we go. That issue has now been fixed. The issue that I had undergone is no longer an issue. So here we go. So the current severe weather event here that we're looking at, 2.5 inch hail, 70-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, this is in general what we're looking at. As new warnings do go into effect, I will update you guys, I promise. And here we go. So it looks as if, unfortunately, there has been some issues with Google Chrome, which is kind of crucial to this whole endeavor here. So we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, it looks as if we are beginning to experience some issues with programs opening properly and just stuff like that in general. The computer looks as if it is really, yeah, undergone some unfortunate stuff. Yeah, here we go. I apologize. I'm going to have to fix this technical difficulty. This is very unfortunate. I do apologize for the situation here that has just occurred. But yeah, this is just in general what we're looking at. Thank you to the two of you that are watching, as my computer is failing to a catastrophe that I did not expect it to. But yeah, here we go. Thank you for sticking with me here as this does occur. Let's go over the severe weather situation. Here's the current severe weather situation. That is, if this computer is actually going to live stream properly, which it does look like it is. Here we go. So that 2.5 inch hail this storm. If you're around Branson, you're fine. West Plains, you're fine there. You need to take cover. Winnow, I think you're almost in the clear now. Nearly 1 inch hail here. Yeah, it just looks as if severe storm warnings are what we got at this time. No more tornadic activity. Therefore, meaning that I have began making my severe weather outlook for the advisory at 6 that I will be giving to you live, so that way you know the latest on what exactly is going on here. Because, yeah, severe weather risk is remaining to be a big issue here, as the severe weather risk is only looking to increase from here. I don't see much in the way of decreasing when it comes to severe weather threat for the next few hours. But yeah, generally I am thinking that, yeah, the severe weather risk is going to be at least somewhat good. Here we go. Any severe weather for the St. Louis metro area. That's from Mr. I think it's Mr. Shock Hopper 4. So if we take a look at the St. Louis area, if you're talking about the metro, this is borderline. This is borderline into our area, but in general for St. Louis, no severe storm at the moment. The closest we have would be this little guy right here that may produce pea-sized hail, and that's really it at this time. I wouldn't expect too much actual severe weather if you are living in St. Louis or around there in O'Fallon, Wentzville, Washington, places like that. I wouldn't expect too much severe weather tonight. I think that's all going to be into our south. But yeah, thank you for the question. I'm glad I got to answer it for you. And yeah, if you have any other questions, just feel free to type them in the chat. I will be more than glad to answer those for you. And yeah, that's why I'm here. But yeah, it looks as if new strength assessment does say 1 1/4 inch hail now with this storm. Still the possibility of a tornado. Storm reports getting still, I'd say, yeah, that 1 1/4 would be fairly accurate. Theodosia, you need to get to your safe place if you're in there. Here we go, 1 3/4 inches. Here we go, brand new radar frame coming into the picture here, and we are just seeing 1 inch to 1 3/4 inch hail. Either way, hail is hail. It's going to cause damage, and it's going to be an issue that you should probably watch out for. So yeah, there we go. I'm going to continue to work on this severe weather outlook over here, but yeah, if you have any questions, here we go. Weather is from west to east. Weather is coming from the west to the east at this time. Yeah, there was a time when the weather was oddly enough coming from this eastern side here and going to the western side here. But yeah, weather is from west to east. So this is going to head away from the St. Louis area. It's on a more northward trend. But yeah, still eastern over here, and then down south, yeah, still that western side to the eastern side kind of trend. The threat's only going to get worse from here, it looks like, for the next hour or two. But yeah, by the way, just saw your content through the St. Louis subreddit. Love the updates. Well, I am glad that you are enjoying these updates so much. I enjoy making them. So yeah, I'm glad that you enjoy them. That does mean quite a bit to me, that, you know, it's not just me that enjoys looking at them. Let's take a look here at tornadic activity expectancy. I'm taking a look at that here, and it looks like we could get some more dangerous tornadoes here tonight at some point. We'll just have to see. That would occur here at around 6, maybe 7 o'clock or so. But yeah, it's in general what we're looking at. But yeah, right here at the moment, looks as if these storms are going to be the ones to worry about. So in general, I expect this to converge into a line of storms, and this will then head in this general east-southeast direction. And then this storm also has a slight southern tilt to it. But don't worry, more storms will develop here soon. If we turn back on mesoscale discussions, you can see this where the severe potential marker is. That is where the threat is rising at this time. Just something to be aware of. But yeah, in general, right now, it does look as if the severe weather risk is going to be best down on the southern side of things. If we take a look, there you go. Southern wind there. Still more. I apologize. I'm making another severe weather outlook for the 6 o'clock update. And I'm going to hope that that does go fairly well. There we go. So, severe weather development. We get quite a bit of it. Yeah, there you go. I feel like yeah, severe weather is really not firing up quite as much as I thought it would, especially at this time, because I would have expected a little bit more out of this, but you know what? Sometimes that happens. We aren't perfect at making forecasts, but I try. Here we go. This is the enhanced risk for severe weather. What are our tornado probabilities? Those will hopefully load in here shortly. But yeah, an enhanced risk really within the severe potential line. And yeah, we'll just have to see what exactly we're going to have to worry about. There we go. If I take a look, I apologize, trying to make that 6 o'clock severe weather update work. We'll see. I'm going to try and see where that highest probability is, because I wouldn't be surprised if we do get what I would consider a high risk assessment. That's just from me. But yeah, high risk assessment, not a good thing. Yeah, I think I know where my high risk assessment's going to be. Definitely. So there we go. So yeah, I'm just at the moment trying to get that done. Here we go, a new severe storm warning in effect, something worth covering. Here we go, 1.5 inch hail. Still that possibility of a tornado within the supercell. It's going to head south. I think that could go outside of the watch area and cause a slight extension to the watch. But if you're in or around that watch area, you want to be on the lookout, because you are in a severe weather. You're still in just as much of a risk if you're 1 or 2 counties away from that tornado watch as if you're within it in most scenarios. If you're up farther north, not so sure. But if you're on the southern side of this, yeah, you're definitely in the risk for some severe thunderstorm activity and action. Here we go. The storms over here in general have died out. It looks like these ones over here are going to be the primary ones that we'll be tracking over the next half an hour, 45 minutes or so. But yeah, there we go. Oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Unfortunately, yeah, something just happened there. Here we go. I am currently experiencing a technical difficulty on my end of things, so, yeah, I do apologize if that is causing some issues for you. I'm currently trying to fix those as fast as I can. Can still view the storms, just not sure how well you're seeing them. So yeah, I'm doing my very best to get that done. I apologize. Just 1 second. Let me see what the issue is. I think I've found the issue here. It's use of memory. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, I apologize. There is some not so good stuff happening on my side of things. And yeah, we're gonna hope that gets better. But yeah, currently here I'm gonna go over these storms. I hope you can hear me. We have 1.25 to 1.5 inch hail possible with this. And then here you go, you got the 1 inch hail, 60 mile an hour, and 1.75 inch hail, 60 mile an hour wind speed. Here we go. And, yeah, I am here because, yeah, unfortunately it looks as if I am going to, oh dear, yeah, there's some stuff going on here. This is not a good situation. Technology-wise, so I'm just going to forget about it, and at this current time, we're just going to go over the storms. I apologize, I can't see chat right now. I'm going to do my best to get the chat back up here, but I'll let you know when I can see it again. Here we go. Here's the storms. A new severe storm warning has just been issued. 1-inch hail is the primary concern. Winds are not that high. There we go. I am back. Technical difficulties have subsided. Here we go. So the low risk, I'm going to shrink some. There we go. So here we go. Yeah, my brand new severe weather outlook will be out here within the next few minutes here for you to see. Yeah, here we go. Not the most successful live stream ever, but that is okay. Hopefully we'll get a few more viewers here within the next 45 minutes. I got 45 minutes left on the stream before I am going to have to go. But yeah, here we go. Severe potential. Definitely higher now, and we are going to definitely, I think, see some more dangerous thunderstorm activity within the next hour or so. We will just have to see. Oh dear, I forgot something on this outlook. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it definitely looks as if the threat is really beginning to go down. Especially, for St. Louis. The threat is going to continue to, has been and will continue to rise for areas south of St. Louis, but other than that, yeah, I don't see St. Louis getting too much in the way of hail anymore. That just does not look to be a likely occurrence anymore at this time, although a moderate risk is to be extended southward, I think, here in just a little bit. But yeah, here we go. I apologize. I'm not doing that great of a job at all on this live stream here. But yeah, here we go. These are the 3 severe storms right now that are in effect. These are the main warnings, and we don't have much else right now. But that threat will increase. We are starting to see more discrete cells that are forming. So I think that here soon we are going to begin to see the thunderstorms that will be forming here. And then finally, on the tornadic side of things, that risk does continue to expand southward. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So now back to the thunderstorm stuff. So those thunderstorm warnings, those are remaining in effect here for the next little while. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do get some new warnings here pretty soon, actually. Yeah, live severe weather update. You can expect that at around 6 o'clock. We'll just have to see what does happen. Not exactly sure. So we will just have to see. But more and more storm potential likely to occur. Let's go into mesoanalysis. What exactly are we looking at? Here's what we're looking at. More and more energy, atmospheric energy, more and more energy that could become a problem when it does come to severe storms. And with this energy does come more stuff that could be bad. It looks as if we don't have much in the way of capping, which therefore does mean that, yeah, this is looking to be all that we got for now. Ooh, new severe storm warning in effect. That just went up. 60-mile-an-hour winds, 1-inch hail. That's the main threats here. If you're in Mountain View, you're fine. You almost have gotten hit twice now. And if you're in Eminence, Roma, you need to watch this. If you're in Somersville, you also need to be watching this, because this could still definitely become an issue in the future. If you're in Van Buren, if you're in Graden, you need to be watching as well. You guys probably should get to your safe places, because this is going to get nastier soon. Sooner rather than later. And then down here, that's a 1.5-inch hail. Gainesville, just watch this very closely. This could be weakened by the time it gets to you, but really watch this closely. You are just outside of that severe storm warning. You might want to get to shelter here. Depends. Turn on your local news, they'll tell you. Because I'm on the borderline with that. If you're in Thayer, you need to get to shelter. Alton, get to shelter. Graden, you probably should. But yeah. This is basically where we're at right now. Stronger storm now just south of St. Louis. This could grow severe, so we'll just have to see. If a storm does grow severe near St. Louis, I will most certainly let you know. I do promise you that. Because yeah, most certainly an issue could be coming up here soon when it does come to severe weather stuff. But yeah, it does look as if the severe thunderstorm stuff, the tornado threat is going to continuously increase. So yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. So yeah, there we go. So with the continuation of this, here we go. Thanks to the two of you that are watching, we have this potentially severe storm that could hit near St. Louis here soon. It's headed in a generally northeasterly direction, but could still hit St. Louis because it could expand. We'll see. That does expand to a line to that. That's where we have our severe weather. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know on it. Here's what we have: 1.5-inch hail with this. So if you're on southern Van Buren, you also need to get to cover from this 1-inch hail, less than 50-mile-an-hour wind storm. 1-inch hail being the main threat. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds here. Mountain View, you're going to be safe. I would think Birch Tree, I think you'll be fine, but still watch this very closely. Winona, I'd get to shelter. Eminence, I'd also get to shelter. That's just my suggestion. But yeah, you got like an hour until this would hit you. And there we go. Those are the 4 severe storm warnings that we have at this time. Those will hopefully be the only 4, but it does look like we do have more storms developing on the back end. By 6 o'clock, I think we're going to have a good few more severe storms here. Up in St. Louis, like I said, not much risk right now. And yeah, live at 6. I'll actually be ending the stream now at around 6 instead of 6:15 due to stuff about the event. And at 5:55, I will be going over my live and new severe weather outlook. So this will be a brand new severe weather outlook for the St. Louis area, and it will be my current highest threats for the area as well, where I think the remainder of it's going to be, excuse me, and where we can expect it to continue to head. So here we go. A new severe thunderstorm warning just went in effect. The southern side of this, still 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, as this is headed in a southerly direction here. I wouldn't be surprised if a new severe storm warning along this line also does get put into effect, but at this time it's only this guy on the southern side that's been issued. this time. Still, you can see severe potential is rising with the latest mesoscale discussion that has been issued. Brand new mesoscale discussion actually has been issued in the northwestern side of the United States. That's not what we're looking at. Any tornadoes reported yet? By a whole lot, 9422. No tornadoes at this time have been reported. One radar indicated tornado did move through around the Mountain View area. They did get a tornado warned storm, but it doesn't look like there are any tornado reports. So no, I don't think that we did have any confirmed tornadoes, at least yet. Although the odds of a few confirmed tornadoes are fairly high at this point, especially around the area that you can see says severe potential. As the Storm Prediction Center's latest mesoscale discussion, basically saying that the severe threat for this area is rising and that we need to keep a close eye on it. Yeah, it's definitely the latest on this. But yeah, all these severe thunderstorm warnings in red here. If a tornado warning was to go into effect, that would be in purple. So you'd definitely be able to see that loud and clear. The software would show it to you. I'll definitely be reporting it. Here we go. A brand new severe storm warning did just go into effect. This one does have the slight possibility of a tornado. Not really sure if that's actually the case, but this is a discrete supercell. I will go into base velocities here in just a little bit. 1-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds looking to be the primary threat here with this new severe thunderstorm warning. A new frame of radar just about to go in, but let's actually activate that radar real quick. I'll activate St. Louis's radar for this storm. I think this is about to get into the St. Louis area, but here we go. Yeah, there is a rotation couplet within that. That's definitely a rotation couplet. So yeah, I guess in all honesty, this could drop a tornado later, but yeah, this is rotating. This is a rotating thunderstorm, a supercellular rotating storm. If we go slightly higher in altitude, the rotation remains. How high does the rotation go? That's the question of the day. Rotation goes up a little bit, so it's a lower level circulation, which does mean that yeah, this could be a tornado dropper, but I think it needs to go slightly higher up in the atmosphere before it is capable of dropping a tornado or anything of that sort. Although radar indicated rotation is there, that needs to be closely monitored because yeah, there definitely could be a tornado out of that later. Getting into this storm on the south, that strengthened some. Ooh, uh-oh. Are we good? Here we go. I do. Oh no. Are we still streaming? I think we're still streaming, guys. Okay, folks. This is bad. Okay, so here I'm experiencing technical difficulties at the moment, but I'm going to continue to at least attempt to stream on this. I've never had stuff like this occur before, especially on a stream. But if you can hear me, this is what we got going on right now. We have 5 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. No tornadic thunderstorms. This is just, I think, going to primarily be an audio stream here for a little bit here until I figure out what's wrong. But yeah, I am slightly concerned here with what is going on with this, especially after the Windows 10 update. There's just been serious issues here, and this computer is proving to not be the most stable ever within this current environment. So here we go. I'm going to try and see what's going on, what's overwhelming it, and why it's struggling. Okay, here we go. I think I've found the issue here. I'm going to attempt to see why this processor is not able to handle itself. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to for now, yeah, just a primarily audio stream. If I go in here, this is what we're getting. We have severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect for the following areas. This guy has 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and a possible tornado. Ellington, Annapolis, Ironton. You guys need to get to cover if you're within those areas. But yeah, I'm not necessarily sure what to do here. I'm going to stop the live stream. I'll be right back.